It's your man Nando back with another video, man. Today we're about to be reacting to top agent that every NBA team needs to sign this NBA season, man. Let's just hop right into it and see what plays are, you know? All I know, man, I want the Warriors to get Giannis on a signing trade, you know? I want Hayward the fuck out of Boston. I want to get some big man. I want Andrew Drummond, what's his name? Drummond to come here, you know, because we need scores. All we need is like rebounders, defenders, like can defend the rim, you know, and we can beat any team. Like simple as that.
Hayward with a $30 million option because he's obviously taking that. Free agents this year, and when free agency finally starts, a lot of things are going to get shaken up, so it's going to be exciting. So we're going to be going through the best unrestricted and some restricted free agents. You can come up with which team they should sign with.
I don't want Kawhi to win another ring ever again, bro.
And a quick side note, we're not even going to be mentioning guys with player options who are obviously going to accept them. Guys like Gordon Hayward with a $30 million option because he's obviously taking that. And also, I'm not saying any of these predictions are the ones that are most likely to happen or anything like that.
I won't mind having Tristan Thompson actually.
And the offseason's unpredictable, so I'm just basing these off of what moves would make the most sense for teams and players. So let's go, and let's start off first with Paul Millsap. And I do think there's a good possibility he resigns with the Nuggets on a much smaller deal, but he may also find his way back to a team like the Jazz, who could use his defense and leadership. Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is resigning with the Lakers, we already know that. I just had to give him a quick mention for the video. Hassan Whiteside. Whiteside definitely isn't resigning with the Blazers, and a lot of teams do need centers this year. I can't really see any playoff team signing him for the amount of money that he might be able to get. But a team like the Wizards that really needs some extra defense.
If he doesn't sign for that much, I don't mind having him.
He's actually one of the guys that playoff teams are going to aggressively go after without a doubt. And with where he's at in his career, he might be willing to play for less for a championship. If he's willing to take a big pay cut for one, look for him to maybe sign with a team like the Clippers, who could really use him. And if he wants to take a little bit more money and help a younger playoff team that he could maybe help take to the next level, look at the Celtics and the Mavericks.
Go to the
Out
Celtics.
of all of these, though, I really hope he signs with Dallas. Serge Ibaka. Okay, so the Raptors have a lot of free agents, and they can keep at least two of Fred VanVleet, Ibaka, and Gasol. But this is assuming that
I think they're not going to sign Gasol. Ibaka is most likely going to leave. One of them that they actually going to keep is VanVleet. VanVleet.
On offense, and on defense, they'd be unstoppable. Miami's forwards did play great in the finals, but they could really use an upgrade. Keep in mind, though, a team like the Knicks and the Hornets have a lot of money to throw at guys like this to try and make their teams better and steal them away.
The Hornets are bad. They're just a bad NBA team. Just a bad team overall.
If the Heat miss out on Ibaka, it's weird how much at power
Gallinari's
forward
actually
Gallinari
nice,
fits into their style of play and would fit perfectly into their system. He's an extremely underrated stretch forward that can rebound and hit threes at a near-star level. If not them, though, he might be just as good of a fit for the Phoenix Suns or the Denver Nuggets.
Devin Booker wants out, so it doesn't matter.
Jeff Teague. Teague isn't a huge difference maker anymore, but if he signs with a team like the Celtics, he could give them some much-needed help off the bench and be a facilitator for the rest of the squad. If not them, maybe the Lakers get him for cheap. If say a guy like Rajon Rondo signs elsewhere. Derek Favors. If they don't sign a better defensive big man this year, the New Orleans Pelicans should re-sign Derek Favors. They were 6-22 without him this season, and he was by far their best defender in the paint. He probably will re-sign with them unless a bad team offers him more money. Christian Wood. Wood averaged 22 and 10 on 41% from 3 for the Pistons after Andre Drummond got traded. And he's in a weird spot because he's either just a player that puts on a big numbers on a bad team, or he's the real deal just now getting his chance at 25 years old. Too risky for a playoff team, but a young team may offer him a good deal to take that risk. I think the Warriors are going to draft James Wiseman before the Hornets can, so maybe the Hornets should go after Wood. And if he turns out to be good, that would really put them on the right track for their future. If not them, the Knicks may offer him a deal, or the Phoenix Suns. If they really believe in him, he could really help that team. So either that or the Pistons just resign him. Goran Dragic. I think there's no situation in which the Miami Heat should let Goran Dragic.
I think he's gonna stay.
They should do whatever they can to resign him, and I think they will.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay.
If he leaves, though, he'd be a great fit for the Mavericks off their bench. But I don't think it works
bench
well.
Starting, what the hell?
Tristan Thompson. He'll be an option for a team like the Clippers, but he's also someone I could see signing with a bad team like the Wizards once all the other big men sign somewhere else. Marcus Morris. I think we should expect Marcus Morris to re-sign with the Los Angeles Clippers, especially if Montrezl leaves. If Morris leaves, though, the Jazz, Nuggets, and the Heat should do everything they can to get him. He stretches the floor, stays out of the way of the stars, brings the defense and does all the dirty work. Things all of these teams could really use. is Fred VanVleet. VanVleet's an unrestricted free agent, which means that other teams are going to get to offer him big money deals to steal him away from the Raptors. And that'd be a big blow to Toronto. Two teams they should be worried about are the Knicks and the Pistons. The Pistons do have Derrick Rose, but he doesn't mind coming off the bench, and the Knicks are just a wild card. Nobody knows what they're going to do, and they're always willing to spend money. So I hope he stays in Toronto, but all I know is that they should be worried. Jordan Clarkson. The Phoenix Suns come to mind here, and while they may want a point guard a little better,
doesn't Devin Booker gonna leave? So it's like, oh, he wants to leave at least. So what's the point of getting all these players?
Are in line to have a pretty solid group of guys for the next couple of years. So
either that, or they're just trying to make him happy.
Maybe a pretty good move right now. Bogdan Bogdanović, who's an unrestricted free agent right now, and I don't think any team is going to straight up steal him away from the Kings without a trade and just offer him more money. So he's most likely going to get signed and traded, which means that's a topic for a different video. KCP. I think that Pope will try and re-sign with the Lakers if they give him a good offer.
Yeah.
And
I think he's gone too. I don't think they're going to give him that much.
But if not, he may look to another.
Especially if the Lakers find a way to get a better shooter.
For a roll off the bench if they offer him more money. Joe Harris. I don't think there's any chance he signs anywhere but with the Nets, but he still deserves a mention. Davis Bertans. Now, if Joe Harris does stay with the Nets, Bertans will be the most wanted free agent shooter. I wanted him to change teams, but everyone interested in him isn't in the best position to sign him, or they should focus on signing someone else at a different position. So I say he stays in Washington, sadly. Jay Crowder. Crowder was a great fit for the Heat, but as I've mentioned, they now have better options available. So I think either the Pelicans or Mavericks go for Jay, since he could come up huge for them defensively, where both teams are lacking. Justin Holiday. The Pacers are going to go through some big changes this year, but I think keeping Justin Holiday is one thing that they want to make sure that they do. Jeremy Grant. Grant's got a player option this year, so if he thinks he can get better offers somewhere else, expect the Portland Trailblazers to try and handle their money right to get him there. They desperately need a player like him to take their team to the next level. If they can't get the money together, though, the Timberwolves have it, and he fits in nice with the age of that team. And then, of course, the Suns should always be in the songs, too. Montrezl Harrell. Harrell's one of this year's biggest free agents. He's unrestricted, and the Clippers may not have the money to re-sign him. And with him still not receiving a big contract in his career, as the sixth man of the year this year, he's probably looking for one now. I think the Hornets could and might offer him the biggest deal, and that'd be great for them to get him. But he may not want to play there after playing on a team like the Clippers. If he wants to stay on a contender, though, the Raptors could really use them if they lose out on either Gasol or Ibaka. I'd mention the Suns, but I think they really need a stretch four instead. Brandon Ingram is staying with the Pelicans without question, but as one of the other biggest free agents, I had to mention him. Rajon Rondo. I also think there's a very high possibility Rondo stays in LA due to his relationship with AD, but the Lakers only have so much salary space. If another contender wants to offer him a bigger deal, he may take the money instead of trying to run it back.
Rondo.
And the Celtics and the Nuggets could really use him coming off their bench.
Rondo's not coming no damn off the bench. Are you crazy?
And play like he did this year, he'll be one of the best valued players in the league. And as an unrestricted free agent, teams will be after him. But if the Lakers want him, of course the best option for him would be to stay there. But if a team like the Warriors or the Bucks can offer him even $5 million a year, and he wants more money, he could end up taking a deal from them instead. It would give the Bucks a way to change things up from Brook Lopez, and give them better half-court offense and defense. And for the Warriors, even though I think that they may draft James Wiseman now, they could still draft him and sign Dwight, and they'd now have great depth at center. And Dwight's the exact type of big man they need. Carmelo Anthony. The Blazers are happy with Melo, and he's happy with them.
I think
they really wants to finally give him another chance, and he played great there, so I think there's no doubt that he resigns in Portland. Jahlil Okafor. I'm thinking if the Warriors don't get a guy like Dwight Howard, they'll sign a guy like Okafor to come in as part of their second unit. They always sign these big men on veteran minimums that don't fit in on any of the teams, and use them in their style and make it work. And I think he's going to.
I don't think if he actually signs, I don't think he's going to be playing like that, because like Curry's going to play big minutes, Clay's going to play big minutes, Draymond's going to play big minutes. Most likely Wiseman's going to play big minutes. Wiggins is going to play big minutes if they don't try. So he's probably going to be a 10 to 15 minute player, you know, coming off the bench.
Athleticism is solid on defense, but doesn't have the best offensive game. So he really lost a spot in Miami's rotation after they got back in the bubble, and a lot of people just forgot about him. So now with them really contending for a championship,
and he got injured.
Unrestricted free agent, I don't think they'll be re-signing him because he's still a work in progress. So expect a young team like the Hawks, Pistons, or Bulls to go after him. He won't be the first guy any of those teams look to sign this year, but he's definitely going to be on the radar. And the last up, you might have forgotten about him by this point, or the fact that he's even a free agent, but we have Isaiah Thomas, and probably would have said his NBA career was over if he had not come out and said that he had another surgery and his hip is now fine. I say he is, and that he's been playing on one leg the past 3 years, but now he's finally...
My God, that's that's gonna be it for the video, man. So the one trade for every team. I feel like the Giannis should go to the Warriors. You know, Gordon Hayward should get the fuck out of Boston. You know, he was good. Fuck with him, but he was doing some stupid shit in the bubble. Like, what's wrong with you? Missing wide open layups, wide open threes. Like, you're here for one reason. That's one of the reasons why. You know what I mean? It's just like, what are you doing, man? But this is it, man. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, share the video for me, man. Support the grind, you know. But peace. Who'll bust your brain if you touch that? LGR niggas be ballin'. Fuck around, catch a headshot. Swear to God, keep on talking.